The month-long festival of football is about to begin.
The players have prepared for their entire careers for this moment.
You can see what all of this means to them.
And this is it, the beginning of the end, the start of the FIFA 2026 World Cup here in 3 countries, Canada, the United States, and of course, Mexico. Our group stage games taking place in Los Angeles. We have arrived. Both our superstars of this series, JJ Williams, and of course, his lifelong best friend, Danny Martins. This is it, boys. The final tournament, the final competition of our career. After the World Cup ends, JJ Williams will officially be retiring from the game of football. My last chance to become a French legend. Let's take a look at the groups right here. You guys need to let me know down below in the comments which one is the group of death. I think we have a somewhat easy group compared to the others. But again, let me know in the comments. And I know I said this World Cup in the United States, in Mexico, and in Canada. That's what it is in real life. Of course, in FIFA, they don't have that programmed into the game, so we won't be playing at any stadiums in the US or Canada or Mexico. Unfortunately, they just don't put that time into career mode. But for the sake of the storylines and whatnot, we are just gonna make it seem like we're playing in these 3 countries. So yeah, boys, we're starting our journey in LA here for the group stage games, and I'm just scrolling through all the groups, letting you guys see which teams are participating. Also, make sure to tell me which one's the group of death, which one may be the easiest group, and let me know if your guys' country ended up making the cut. I always like to know where you guys are from, and what better way to ask than during our World Cup episode. Here we are. Of course, they've put us up in some of the nicest hotels, boys. Oh my god, it's gonna be hard to focus on the game when outside my room is the beautiful beach right here, the Pacific Ocean, and we got the pool, we got the ladies, we got it all. Again, it's gonna be very tough to concentrate and keep my focus when you're living the LA lifestyle here. But because this is my last tournament, my last game, I gotta do just that. Keep my calm, keep my focus. I gotta go out in a good way and make sure people remember my name so that I can become a French legend. And as well, boys, as our buddy, our friend, Danny Martins, we're getting to play alongside him. Look at this squad right here. You guys are going to see all the players that made the French national team. Some familiar faces, then some not so familiar faces, and a few big names being left off the list. Remember, this is the year 2026. You don't see players like Pogba, Griezmann. I thought for sure both of them would be in this squad. They're not. That's how far along we are in this career mode. And let's get into it. The first World Cup game of my career, France against Ireland. Walking out of the tunnel, the nerves were real. This is unlike anything I've ever experienced before in my life. Sure, we played for the Euros, but the World Cup is the biggest competition of any sports in the entire world. That could be up for debate, but I think many of you will agree nothing is at all like the World Cup. Without further ado, let's get into it. Here we go. The ref has grabbed the match ball. The FIFA World Cup has arrived, boys. Let's see if we can go out a World Cup champion. We've won the Euros. Can we win the World Cup? I think, I truly believe, if we can win this competition, we can call ourselves a true French legend. After all we've done in our career, this would be the pinnacle. Let's do it, boys. Here we go. Leave a like, guys, as there's only a few episodes remaining in this series. Make sure to leave that like for JJ Williams, for the team, and of course, leave your comments. Let's get into it. One thing, though, I do have to mention before we get into this game. I hate that in these World Cup games, you guys can see all the empty seats. Like, what in the world is going on? EA, why are these stadiums not packed full of people? This is the freaking World Cup, and we got empty seats? Are you joking me? It's ridiculous. Into the gameplay we go, though, where we're missing our first opportunity of the game right there. And here, Ireland with a chance. I'm sure we got some Irish folks out there watching. I'm sorry, but We got to take it to your team today right here. And look at this. Honestly, I was not expecting this from Ireland. They're coming out strong, but would we be the stronger team? On paper, yes, but it's the World Cup. Anything can happen. Every team is given all they got, all their energy, all their focus, all that momentum is put into this game. And really, anything can happen. And as you can see, 45 minutes down, a draw would be a great result for Ireland if things hold. It's 0-0 at the halfway point in this game. Danny Martin's our bro. 1 total attempt for him. 0 total goals. We need more out of him. Of course, he's one of our highest rated players on this team. I want to say he's like a 95 overall. That's how good he is, boys. He's higher rated than us. And check this out. From JJ Williams to Danny Martin, the first goal of the World Cup has been scored for France. One Frenchman to another, one best friend to another. We were doing that for our entire life, boys, being on the training ground as kids, and now we're here at the World Cup. What has happened? No one would have expected this. 2 kids growing up on the streets of France, and we're starring, we're shining in this World Cup. And as Danny Martins has broke through and scored his first career World Cup goal, it's time for me to do the same. There it is, 2-0 and a goal for JJ Williams. What a way to start this World Cup. Again, I'm sorry any of my Irish folks out there, but we had to do it to you. 2-0, 2 goals being scored in this one, and it would be all we would need to get the 3 points in this game. Like I mentioned, we have a rather easier group. We luckily didn't get matched up against any of the big boys like Germany, Belgium, England, I would even say is a big team. I mean, maybe some of you people from England might not agree, but we saw what they did in the last World Cup in real life. There's just so many other great teams. Not that some of these teams in our group aren't great, but they're just not as good as the big boys. And this is incredible. Guys, 3 points in our first game. I think we might end up topping this group, but I can't speak too soon. Hey, who knows? If we don't advance through the group, this will go on to be the final episode of this journey with JJ Williams, but I got strong faith that we're gonna go through the group, boys. Don't you worry. After this match, I was called in to a local clothing shop where they said Nike had a gift for me. Of course, Nike is our main sponsor, so I had to go pick it up, and the lady at the cashier had the special package for me. She mentioned everything. She knew who I was. She knew I was coming. And check out what Nike hooked it up with, boys. We got ourselves a fresh, clean, new pair of boots, our own custom Hyper Venoms right here to wear that match our kits, boys. The white kits, at least. They look absolutely insane. The nice gold trim. I think that's gold at the bottom. Just incredible. Nike always hooking it up, and we're going to look fresh for the rest of this World Cup. Let's get into game number 2 against a team who is undefeated as well. Venezuela went on to beat Sweden in their game number 1. So 2 teams who are undefeated going at it here. The winner of this game is most likely going to be advancing the next round of the competition to the knockout stages. We need to be that team. Let's get into it. As you can see, Sweden ended up beating Ireland as well. So 3 teams right now tied on 3 points, but the winner of this game will end up being in front at the end of the day. So we're gonna hope that's us. And this is just ridiculous. Look at the kits Venezuela are wearing. EA, show some freaking respect to Venezuela. You put them into the game and you give them those generic ugly kits. It's ridiculous how little they care about career mode. First, we got no fans in the stand once again. Then we get the ugly kits. This is just, oh my god. Please, EA, change career mode 2020. I'm gonna say it every single episode because it just needs to happen. Okay, let's get into this game. Oh my god, you have got to be kidding me. What a goal. 1-0 is the score. I bet you guys did not see this one coming. The volley right here from the cross. This is just ridiculous. Like, how am I doing this? You didn't see goals like this during the regular season that often when I played for Real Madrid, but I'm shining right here in the World Cup. What a better time to do it as well. That was ridiculous, and that honestly may go down as the goal of the competition here. Wow. Okay, let's see if we can do some more of that here. 29th minute. This time, it's myself sending the cross. And look who's on the other end. 2-0 almost straight away. Danny Martins. This hookup, this connection, like I mentioned, we've been doing this since we were children. And now we're out here on the pitch in 2026 doing it in the World Cup. What another absolutely ridiculous goal. The nice skill and then the nice cross. Far post header right there. Well, the far post to near post goal, that was insane. 2-0. Let me catch my breath for a second because, oh, just a lot of screaming and yelling right there. Some great goals, and this one is looking like it's going to be a victory for France. We're going into the halftime break with the lead. Hopefully, we're going to be able to keep it, and if we do win this one, like I said, the chances are high of us winning the group and going through the knockout stages. But even if we win this one, there's like a very slim chance that if Sweden ends up winning and this happens here, yeah, there's a chance that we may end up not going through. So game 3 is going to matter regardless of the score in this one. And hey, who knows? Venezuela, they could easily come back in this game. As you're going to see right here, a nice shot, but it's just going to go wide in here in the 77th minute. I lose the ball in the midfield, and it nearly results in another freaking goal score. It does result in a goal scoring opportunity, but it nearly results in the first goal of the game for Venezuela. Great save from Lafont, our keeper in there, keeping that clean sheet. But in the 85th minute, Venezuela finally breaking through, and a few minutes left for them to potentially go on and get themselves an equalizing goal. This one right here, we lose the ball in the midfield once again, and then Venezuela attacking. Finally, after all these chances in the second half, they're able to get that first goal of the game. Will it be their last? We're sure hoping so. Let's fast forward and see what happens next. That would be it. Game, set, match. 6 points total so far for us in this group. And hey, Los Angeles is treating us well. We're doing well here in the United States. I'm not too sure if we do end up advancing, if we'll be going to Canada, Mexico, staying here in the US of A. We'll be finding out shortly. But in this one, another win. We don't keep the clean sheet this time, which is okay, as long as we're getting dubs here, boys. One game remaining in the group stage for us to advance to the knockout rounds. It's coming up. Since this was my first time visiting the United States, I wanted to do a little bit of sightseeing. So after the match, I didn't stay out too late, but just took a walk around the city. And one thing was on my mind: the offer we received a few episodes back from Paris FC to become their manager after we end our career. It's something that I've been considering, and it's something that I'm not sure I want to take. I want to relax. A lot of you guys are telling me to take it. We should become a manager, but I'm just trying to end my career, spend some time with my family. Later on down the road, maybe, but as of right now, becoming a manager doesn't really interest me that much. But again, it's all up to you guys. Please, should we become a manager? Is Paris FC the right team for us to manage? It'll all be up to you guys in the end. Of course, we're starting a new My Player after this one ends, but I'm not too sure if I want to continue with the new My Player and the manager mode. It would just be a lot of work and 2 series going on at once. I've tried it before on the channel, and it honestly doesn't really work out too well because I always want to focus on 1 series. 2 series, again, it's just a lot of work, and I'll always have the 1 series that I favor over the other, and I don't know, man. It's hard to explain, but you guys need to let me know if it's something you guys want to see. The new My Player will be coming, but the manager mode is still something that I'm undecided on. With that being said, let's jump into the final game of the group stage. We're taking on Sweden. Let's get into it, boys. We need ourselves a big boy dub. Of course, Zlatan Ibrahimovic for Sweden, long retired. Let me know if any of you Swedish folk out there see any players you recognize out on the pitch. And I'm sorry, we're doing it again. We are just absolutely butchering teams in today's episode. It's Danny Martins once again. This dude is on fire during today's episode, guys. We can't just not find the back of the net. Every single shot we take, it feels like it's going in. This one coming in the 13th minute from yet another cross from JJ Williams. I think that's what, our 3rd assist to Danny Martins in today's episode. Is crazy. That connection we have, I'm telling you, And look at the volley, man. Some great volleys in today's episode, some great goals. What more could you ask, especially on this stage right here? And are we going to get another? Yes, we are. 2-0, 2 quick goals, just like the previous game. Sweden, I'm sorry, man. It's not the difficulty. It's just France, our team, is so strong. Every single player we have, I think, is over 90 rated. We might have a few 88s, 89s, but for the most part, we're all over 90 rated. Our attack is insane. We got Mbappe at the right wing. We got Lamar at the left wing. And then, of course, I'm at the cam position. Danny Martins is at the striker position. Our defense has players like Kimpembe, Umtiti, Lafont in net. Guys, the list goes on and on. This team is ridiculous, and it's why we're dominating in all of these games. Once we start to play some of the bigger teams, such as Germany, such as Belgium, all of those guys, it's going to get a little bit more tougher. But hey, look at this. Sweden hanging tough. 2-1 is going to be the score as we go into the halftime break. Will they be able to mount a comeback? Venezuela was able to break through, but that was at the end of the game. This time for Sweden, it comes at the end of the first half. So plenty of time left for them to make something happen. This one right here, a nice cheeky goal as Lafont kind of dives the wrong way. He dives a little early, and it wasn't really a dive. He kind of just falls to the ground, and the Swedish attacker sneaks it through. We're going to skip all the second half because nothing happened. Guys, we go through this group undefeated as the top team. This is ridiculous. This is insane. And in the next episode, we are going to get matched up against the team that came in second in their group. But that doesn't matter. It's still going to be a very quality opponent that we can't take lightly. Of course, the group stage matches will be coming up in the next episode. And we had about a week to prepare for the team that we were going to be playing in. I honestly couldn't sleep. I was outside my hotel room watching the waves, watching the sunsets, watching the ocean, thinking about what's coming up next. The team we're going to be matched up against is Uruguay, and this could possibly be the last game of my career. The next episode you guys will see from this career mode will be the last. Whether it be a World Cup final or ending in disappointments, the next episode will be the last. We'll either go down as a French legend or we won't. 1,000 likes, boys. In the next episode, the final episode, will be posted. See you boys then.